Hi, I'm Carol, and I'm a product manager on Gemini. Today, I want to show you how you can use Gemini to help achieve your business goals. I love collaborating with Gemini to brainstorm new ideas for products and to see the impact certain strategic decisions would have on my metrics. So, let's say I run an e-commerce business selling trousers. I have a goal where I want to maximize my profit this year. I also want to take a look at different strategic decisions I can make and see what kind of impact they'll have on my overall business. I can do that with Gemini and Canvas. To start, let's prompt. I run an e-commerce business selling trousers. My main goal is to increase my profit this year. Acting as a business advisor, analyze my sales data and give me a list of the 3 most important changes I can make that would have the biggest impact on my goal. I'll then go down and I'll add a CSV of my sales data, and I'll select Gemini Canvas. So Gemini is going to come up with specific recommendations for my business based on my data. It'll look through the data at different trends and different ways I can improve my profit. So here's the output. It starts with an overview of my sales data, which is a good snapshot of my business, and then walks through 3 important changes to improve my profit. The first is tackling the baggy cargo return crisis. So these are my pants with the highest return rate, and it gives me recommendations to how to drop that return rate and improve my profit. The next is prioritizing products like classic chinos for customer acquisition, given they have such a low return rate. And then finally, it recommends volume-based bundling for low volume categories, like creating a buy 2, save 15% offer. So I could implement 1 of these, I can implement 2 of these, or I can implement all 3 of these. And my question now is, what would the impact of these be on my profit and my overall business? To do that, I can use Canvas to create a visualization where I can change my assumptions for each of these and then look at the impact on my profit. To do that, I prompt, based on those insights and my data, create an interactive profit calculator for my trouser business. Let me adjust sliders for each change to show their effect. Gemini is going to take these recommendations as well as that original data CSV I uploaded and create an interactive visualization of my business. So you can see now it's coding up this web app, going through all the process of things like formatting and making it interactive. It's going to include sliders because that's what I've requested in my prompt, but you have a lot of ability to customize and have different interactions based on what you think is most relevant for your business and your forecast. So Gemini has taken the data from my first prompt and the recommendations from its last response to create an interactive profit simulator. I can now adjust the impact I think each of those recommendations will have. So my return rate on my cargo pants is currently 36%. I can drop that down to 23% and see the impact on my profit, which would increase my profit by $1,000. I could then do things like increase my chino acquisition and the number of chinos I'm selling by 50%, which would result in $6,000 more profit. And then I could also do things like increase my bundling strategy, which would increase, with those other changes, a total of $15,000, giving me a projected net revenue of $128,000. So this is really helpful to see the impact of multiple changes at once and to give you an easy way to adjust these assumptions. Let's say I want to take this and share it internally, but the styling doesn't really match my business. I can prompt Gemini to change the styling while leaving the core interactions the same. So I can prompt something like, can you give this calculator more of a fashion theme? And Gemini will take that, leave the core interactions the same, all of the assumptions and data the same, but it's going to change the theme to something that may feel closer to my business. You can also upload your own style guidelines if you have those, or give it very specific styling recommendations in your prompt. Great. Gemini's taken that last output and given it a more fashion style. So it's changed the font, it's changed some of the colors, but it's left the core interactions the same. So I can still change my assumptions and see the overall impact on my business. I can also share this with anyone in my company. This will generate a link that anyone can open and have the same interactions. So if you're collaborating with others internally, it makes it really easy to all be working off the same data and the same assumptions. This is one way you can collaborate with Gemini to achieve the goals you have for your business this year.